Okay, let's take a look at the process of translation. So in translation, we have a piece of mRNA provide the code for making a protein. And so what we're going to see is that the mRNA that we made in transcription is going to leave the nucleus and it's going to travel to the site of protein synthesis, or where proteins are built, which is the ribosome. And so what we have down here in the bottom of the screen is our mRNA right here. And the mRNA has the code to make the protein. And what happens is that code is divided into sections where every 3 letters codes for one of the amino acids, the building block of the protein. Okay, and because of that, we're going to call a group of 3 letters a codon. Okay, and so there's a codon, and then this would be another codon right here. Now what's going to happen in the ribosome is you're going to get help from another molecule called tRNA. tRNA is a piece of RNA that is folded in on itself, but there's really 2 important places and parts to look at. So one part is down here at the bottom, what's called the anticodon. And the anticodon is going to match with the codon. So A bonds with U with A, G with C with G, C with G, and C with G. Okay, so what's going to happen is those 3 letters of the anticodon are going to match with particular amino acids, and this is where you would use one of those mRNA to amino acid codon charts. So in this case, the mRNA AUG always codes for the amino acid methionine. So we see met up here. Okay, so what's going to happen is AUG, which is always the first codon, will bind with a tRNA that matches its code. So in this case, the anticodon UAC. And then we'll see methionine, the amino acid, at the top. Okay, now what's going to happen is another tRNA will come in and it will bond with the next codon. In this case, the codon CCC will bond with GGG. And that matches the amino acid proline. And so we see it's got a proline at the top. Now what's going to happen is now these 2 amino acids are going to form a covalent bond between the 2. If you remember from before, a covalent bond between 2 amino acids is called a peptide bond, which is why a chain of them is sometimes called a polypeptide. Now what's going to happen after this is the first tRNA is going to go away, leaving just the amino acid right here. So the amino acid will stay, but the rest of the tRNA will go away. And then what would happen is another tRNA would come down, and if we created more letters, let's say that this was like GAA, for example, then another codon would then come down and you'd see the tRNA bond with that codon and so on. So in this case it would be CUU. Then this tRNA would disappear and everything would slide down the line, and this would keep happening over and over again until at the top you formed this long chain of amino acids, and that long chain of amino